name is Yolanda,
And my name is Raymond,
and we're here in Sugar Land, Texas, and we are of.
the Majestic Eagles.
So, guys, we're so glad to be with you today. So, and what we're going to talk about is something that is very passionate to us, and we hope by the end of this tape that it will be very passionate to you, and that is your why. Establishing your why as to why you are doing this business. Why are you wanting to go out there and share with others? And when you simply determine that why, it motivates you. It drives you. When you get up in the morning, you're thinking about it. When you go to bed at night, you're thinking about it. That why could be time freedom. It could be financial freedom. It could just be that I want to save some extra money. Or it could be that, I want to give to my church or charitable organization of choice as much as I want when I want. I don't know what that why is, but whatever it is what is going to get you up and get you going. And then as you establish your why, your attitude, that sense of attraction starts rolling, and you begin to attract people, and then you are able to qualify them. Now, that why you establish helps you to qualify your potential business partner. It also, and you do this through questioning your potential business partner. Now, sir, there's so many different methods that you hear people say that they use, and that is the KISS method. Keep it simple and soar. Or could it be the KID method? Keep it duplicatable. They all come into play. But today we're going to talk about the 3 R's, and that's repetition, repetition, repetition. And you see, you've heard people talk about approaches before, and you probably have heard my husband Raymond talk about it. But he's very passionate because everything starts with that approach. You establish your why, and then you're able to qualify. Raymond?
Yeah. Guys, and that's totally right. Everything in this business, guys, if you remember nothing else from this segment, everything starts with the approach. We've been taught that, in order to be a good network marketer, you got to have tough skin. That's what we're taught. Throw enough mud up against the wall, see what sticks. It's a numbers game. You got to go through the numbers. And guys, none of those things are necessarily true. What we have to understand is that we have to qualify people. This is a different approach. And the reason why we want to qualify people is because we don't want to waste their time or your time. 90%, when we make the wrong approach, which normally we've been taught to do, 90% of your organization will quit within the first year because it's not duplicatable. And when we approach them the wrong way, they go out and they approach others the wrong way. And they get 3 no's, guys, and it's over. They may stay around and use the product, but as far as talking to somebody else or making approaches, they don't do it. Nobody likes to be rejected. It does something to our self-esteem and our self-image. So using the approaches that we're about to teach you now, it keeps you away from the no's and being rejected. So use this approach as much as possible and watch your income go up and your anxiety go down. It takes away all the fear, all the anxiety, all those second guessing thoughts that you've always had when doing this business or doing the follow-up. So the approach is basically what you want to do, first of all, is make sure that you are a good listener versus a good talker. We've been taught just the opposite of that. People are interested in themselves. In order for you to know that I am interested in you, I have to listen to you, not be a good talker. We've been taught that, but it's just the opposite. So here's the way the approach goes, or the mentality. Here are the things that you want to find out to see if a person qualifies. Number 1, I want to find out, do you have a problem or a challenge or a desire in this conversation? Now, guys, this approach is going to be like a conversation. It will not be like a question and answer conversation, all right? So especially after you get good at it. So I want to know, number 1, do you have a problem, challenge, or desire? Number 2, are you ready and willing to do something about this problem or challenge or desire? And the attitude of number 3, we do not have the answer for everybody, guys. You've just been taught that, and that's not true. Because there are some people that just don't qualify for this business. And number 1, the people that don't qualify is they have already found their solution, guys. And if you try and overstep what they've already found, they found their solution, they will reject you. For instance, some people are already happy with their medications and they're not going to do anything else. The other people are just victims. Their disease or their condition is part of who they are, and they love to talk about it and wear it with a badge of honor. And then the last thing, the mentality you should have in this conversation, we want to stay emotionally away from the outcome. If you join, great. If we have the solution for you, great. But if we don't, great. We should be happy for you wherever you are, because we're all God's children, and this is a free country, and we have a right to do and think whatever we want to. So in this conversation, we're going to use what we call the past, present, and future. So let's say we're at the barbershop and we're having a conversation, and you tell me that you have acid reflux, right? Most of the time, most distributors will get all excited, eyes get big, and they just throw up all over them, give them all this information. But what you want to do is stay calm and listen. Focus 100% on what the person is telling you. So number one, past. So if you tell me you have acid reflux, we're going to ask you, well, how long have you had it? And just shut up and listen. Don't say a word. Just focus on what they're saying. They will tell you everything that you want to know without you asking all these questions. The second thing, you tell me you've had it 3 or 4 years, the acid reflux. I'm going to go to your present. Well, what are you taking about it? What are you doing about it now? You say, well, I'm on this medication, this medication. Then I will ask you, well, how is it treating you? How are you doing on the medication? Well, here's where they qualify themselves or disqualify themselves. Is this. If they give me a positive, that they're happy with what they're doing, well, you can reverse it, a negative. If they're happy, then they don't qualify. But if they're open to something else and looking for something else, then they qualify. So I will ask you, well, how's the medication treating you? And you may say, well, I really don't like it. The side effects are giving me this, and this. And then I will ask, well, then what are you planning on doing about it for the future? Are you planning on staying on your medication or doing something different? If you tell me that, you know what, I would love to do something different. I know this, I'm having the side effects from this stuff, and it may eventually eat a hole in my esophagus. So I just don't know what to look for. I just don't know what to do. So here's what I would say. Well, look, if you're serious, I want to make eye-to-eye contact. And because I want them to know I'm dead serious, man. This is no game we're playing. That here's what we say. I just so happen to work with a doctor that specializes in treating and reversing acid reflux. It may be any disease, but I want them to know that that's what we do. And I'm going to call you back. I'm going to give you a CD and a brochure, and I'll say, well, look, man, if you're serious, I'm going to give you a call back in a day or two. But if you tell me in this process, when I ask you about your present, how is the medication treating you? And you tell me something like, man, I love it. I mean, I got a $5 copay. You know, I like my doctor. I've been going to him for 10 years and we have a good relationship. I just love it. Then I just change the conversation because you've already found your solution. And if I cross that line, then you may psychologically or mentally say to yourself, well, this guy thinks he's smarter than me and my physician. Mm-hmm. So we want to leave it there. And that's the way we make our approaches.
And you can make that approach from a health perspective, as Raymond showed you, or you can also do it from a financial perspective. So just remember what he said. You know, if I loan you the CD, would you listen to it? And as he said, that eye contact. So as he indicated, that's the approach. Guys, it's just that simple. Having a conversation, but you first and foremost establish your why. Then you're able to go out here and qualify your potential business partner. It's been really fun.
Yeah, guys, stay away from the outcome and your income goes up. Thank you so much for allowing us to be in your home for a minute or two. We've enjoyed it. We are the Majestic Eagles. Thank you.